So, per a brand new report, Robert Downey Jr. is being considered as Doctor Doom going forward. So, after Secret Wars, Doctor Doom would just be Robert Downey Jr. sticking around for the rest of his life, I'm assuming. So, yeah, if Disney and Marvel do this, I don't want it. Sorry, RDJ fanboys, but like, I want Doctor Doom. So the debate still rages on whether or not Robert Downey Jr. is in fact playing Victor Von Doom, or if he still is a variant of Tony Stark that's taken on the identity of Victor Von Doom. Now, I already covered this in like a 20-minute video, so if you guys want more of that, I don't want to reiterate all of that here, so that will be linked for you guys so you can check it out. But what we are going to go with here is the theory, or what Marvel is telling us officially, that Robert Downey Jr. is Doctor Doom in Avengers Doomsday and Avengers Secret Wars. And well, with many claims that they recently made about how they're going to tackle the future of the Marvel Universe, how they're going to be rebooting / soft rebooting the MCU into one sacred timeline. And they said that they will be looking at characters to be recast. And I covered that in a video as well, because let's be real, why wouldn't you? They even tease it's sort of like the James Bond thing, right? You really got to look at this as a opportunity to them to do what they feel is going to, unfortunately, be what makes them the most amount of money. And money is the key here. Sure, quality is key to them as well, but the investors want more money. And that's really the key. So looking at Doctor Doom, Robert Downey Jr. is obviously going to pull in big money. That's just the fact. You know, people are nostalgic for Iron Man. They're nostalgic for him returning to the MCU. And people now know that he's back as Doctor Doom after seeing Fantastic Four. So they're already predisposed to show back up to go watch that film. Whether or not it's his pull or the fact it's another Avengers film, who really knows? Is it Doctor Doom that's going to pull in $2+ billion at the box office? You could argue no. You could also argue yes. Whatever the case is, Robert Downey Jr. is Doctor Doom. So let's talk about how reportedly he's staying on board. Okay, so first up, this report was originally hitting the net from Daniel RPK, but others have echoed the same sentiment in what he's saying. And essentially, it boils down to there are currently discussions within Disney and Marvel that they need to make a ton of money. And hitting a reboot that's full force reboot after Secret Wars might not be the thing that brings in the most amount of money. Sure, X-Men are going to pull in money. But as I talked about that in another video, people glaze the X-Men too much thinking they're a billion-dollar franchise. No. They're a $500 million franchise. So you're going to have them. You're going to have the Fantastic Four. Again, same style of box office expectations. How do you bring in more money? Well, you got to keep some familiar faces. That's where Robert Downey Jr.'s Doctor Doom enters the picture. Per reports, Marvel is nervous about ditching all the actors. And RDJ staying on as Doctor Doom and paying him what he's asking for, which is $25 to $50 million per appearance, I guess might be enough of a reason for them to pay him, because the blowback to recasting everybody wouldn't be as hard. So let's say they get to the point, and they will, where they recast Iron Man. Okay, the fans are going to be angry. But it lessens the blow when Robert Downey Jr. is there playing Doctor Doom, and you're familiar with him, and now there's a different actor playing Iron Man, because you're kind of, and they're hoping, enjoying what he's doing with this new character that's enough of a distraction to take you away from the fact that they recast. And I've been saying this for a long time. You know, when we started first talking about Secret Wars, I said you're going to have to split the difference. You have to recast half, keep half the cast. And that seems like that's exactly what they want to do. So what we're looking at is essentially them needing and understanding that nostalgia sells. And by the time Secret Wars is out and we're in the new MCU, we are looking at 20 years of the MCU. Nostalgia is a premium, and it comes at a premium price. And you got to think of Disney's perception of this, right? They know that fans love RDJ, and they saw the blowback when they killed off his character. So if Doctor Doom hits the way they want, keeping him around makes sense, because then you got this actor who played the hero that did all the sacrifice, and now he's playing the ultimate villain who maybe ultimately wins and reshapes the universe in the image that he wants, like the last Secret Wars. And then the story gets very, very intriguing from that point moving forward. But also, we do got to bring up the other factor in this. And that's the fact that if they do this, they botched Doctor Doom. Now look, okay, maybe I'm a little bit over-exaggerating, but you guys know, and have known, especially the listeners that have been here for the long haul that the podcast and the channel has been running, I'm the fanatic of the Fantastic Four, and like the OG Doctor Doom fanatic on this app, right? Or this service, whatever you call YouTube these days. People know my love for the Fantastic Four and these characters. And seeing how they nailed the Fantastic Four, and I think we all agree, they nailed it. You know, every casting was perfect. The cast is perfect. The ideas behind it were perfect. It was all coming together so well. If you take RDJ and make him Doctor Doom and just establish that, oh yeah, post-Secret Wars, he had his entire origin. RDJ's Victor Von Doom is Romani. He lost his mom. He dabbles in magic and tech. He fights the devil. He gets disfigured. He's always, apprehensive. He has trust issues. All this stuff. You do fundamentally fumble Doctor Doom, because we can't get that proper story told if it's the same character that's a holdover from the previous saga that desperately pivoted to Doctor Doom out of necessity and fan complaints and, well, tanking their own villain and the villain tanking his own career. Now, don't get me wrong, RDJ could have a stellar performance as Doctor Doom. He probably will. Whatever his Doctor Doom is, he's probably going to do a great job. He's a great actor. But I don't believe that he should be the only Doom we ever get, because he's going to then start obviously showing more of his aging. And as I talked about it before, you guys know this is a thing. RDJ, like many actors in his contract, has to have his face shown for a certain amount of time. This is something that prevented Iron Man from showing us more of, well, Iron Man without his mask, just like Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man. You have to have a certain amount of time. Or Will Smith's infamous, you have to show my face for X amount of time in any film I'm in. So Deadshot, mask is in one scene and that's it. His contract is structured like that. You have to have his face plastered if he's starring in it. So effectively, we're not going to get the Doom we want. And my fear is they're going to end it just like Secret Wars did a decade plus ago, where it ends, and the big thing that Doctor Doom does for himself is completely restores his face, so it's not disfigured at all, and then we're just moving forward with RDJ acting like evil Iron Man. And then another new up-and-coming fresh actor, maybe one that's actually Romani, doesn't get his shot at a star-making, career, character-defining move. And that truly, to me, would be the biggest tragedy here. Thank you for checking out that video, and thank you for your continued support. Feel free to like, share, subscribe, do whatever you will, and if you're so inclined and would like some additional content from us, which includes unfiltered content and bonus discussions, we do offer exclusively in our member section. We hope to see you there. So thank you for watching, and have a good one.